This is Dr. Yousaf. Today I'm going to talk about Lasswells Formula in terms of research. Lasswell presented his formula, which is commonly known as who says what to whom through what channel with what effects. Who, which is the first component of this formula, is also called communicator. All those studies which focus on who or communicator are called control studies. Second component, which we call says what, we called it a message. All those studies which investigate or explore or document recorded content of communication, we call all these studies as content analysis. Content analysis can be conducted by communication scholars, political scientists, and even sociologists. The third component of Lasswell's formula is to whom. We call it audience. All those studies which focus on to whom or audience, we call them audience analysis. And the fourth component of this formula is through what channel. We call it medium. And all those studies which investigate or focus on media or medium are called media analysis. And the last and the fifth component of this formula is with what effect. What we mean by it. Effects on the audience. We call these studies effect analysis. This model inspired a generation of scholars. I will mention one example here. Late Dennis McQuill's widely read mass communications theory book is conceptualized in terms of this model. Let me explain what I mean by this. The first 10 chapters of McQuill's seminal book of communication theories put media in the historical context. What does it mean? It means the first 10 chapters of McQuill's communication theory book deal with different forms of media like magazines, like movies, like theater, like newspapers, like radio, and like television, and then put them in the historical context, how these different forms of media evolved over the period of time. The rest of the Dennis McQuill's book follows Lasswell Model. Who? This is the first component of Lasswell's model. What we mean by who? Who means media organizations. Media organizations are actual content producers. Chapter 11 to 12 of McQuill's book deal with who? Media organizations, the platforms who actually produce content. And then the second component of Lasswell's model is says what. This says what is a content, and this content is actually produced by media. Chapter 13 to 14 deal with this content. And the third component of Lasswell's model is to whom. We mean it audience. Audience are the actual consumers of the content produced by the media organizations. Chapters 15 and 16 deal with audience studies. With what effects, we mean effect on the audience of the content produced by the media. Chapter 17 to 19 deal with effect studies. And the last chapter of Dennis McQuill's communication theory book is called Epilogue, which deals with the future of communication. I recommend, after watching this talk, when you will be reading this seminal book, it would make better sense of communication theory as well. This is all from today's talk. Till next talk, take care.